Hello. You know what people who check out, who get informed, who criticize something and think critically are called these days idiots. And that's why we can see how a group of people call those who are critical of vaccinations, who don't want to vaccinate themselves or their children, they call them names like idiots, imbeciles, selfish idiots, the list goes on and on and on. Is it just another word for, hey, those people actually look into what's inside of the vaccines? Where are the vaccines made? Who's, follow the money, follow the traces, who question their doctors and nurses. On the average, you can find doctors and nurses who don't know any much more about vaccines that the regular person on the street does. The Wikipedia info. And that's a tendency in our society, because meanwhile drones are killing children and families, weapons are being sold, we spend so much government money that we could just use to send like machines to clean up the life conditions for people around the world. No, but when the mass media tells you, oh, the measles outbreak, it's gonna take over the world, something like that, there will always be this sort of frustrated, I'm gonna say, ignorant people who will just cling on to that and start like a bandwagon reflection, a mob. And they are of a very high how you say, decibel, they talk and scream a lot, but they don't know a lot. The thing with vaccines, you don't have to be for or against just because you're checking out and questioning the efficiency, the history of it. It's out there, and those people do not deserve to be called idiots. It's the opposite, in fact. And I don't want to even call anyone an idiot, because we all know in some parts of our life we are uninformed of certain things. You have to be humble. So what will happen when the measles story gets out of the news? Like Ukraine got out of the news, like the disappeared airplane got out of the news. Things come into the news and get out of it. But we have these issues still in our world. How come those who are so critical of anti-vaxxers, who are so passionate about it, to spit out their hate and call anyone who questions vaccines a moron, an idiot? Where are those people when we are getting GMOs into our food, when we are still selling bad ingredients in our food, in even kids' food? Where are those people then? They are silent. You know why? Because they haven't been told by the mass media what to think. It's a sheep mentality. That's what it is. It's a cliche, I know. I don't like to use cliches, but it's so black and white sometimes. If people just could be more humble and realize, like, I think something someone else doesn't. Check out, see into it, and respect, people are of another opinion. And it would be fair if it was like some new phenomenon to criticize vaccines or any other new phenomenon that's out there in the mass media. If it was something new, okay, it would be a fad, or but it's nothing new. The vaccine criticism is nothing new. Like, there are too many vaccines, and people should know what's in them, what the side effects are. How many people who get their vaccinations, or read even the the ingredients list? How many even ask for that? And please ask for it. See if the nurse or the doctor will even give you give you a reference to where you can check it out. So anyway, I'm not concerned about the vaccines. It's not about that. It's more like the general trend of having a real world situation out there, and this mass media, and when they plant in something, people just cling to it, they go nuts. And then you realize, okay, if they're so passionate and really motivated for doing something good, which is a good thing, you know, we care for each other. I mean, basically everyone with every kind of opinion is convinced that it's for the good. Why aren't those people complaining about the weapon exports, about the wars, about the drone attacks on children, you know, bad food, GMOs, you know, things that cause more devastation than these sicknesses do in Europe or in America. I mean, we have a situation where you know, poor life conditions, bad nutrition, you know, bad life standards cause the most harm for children. And of course, if you get a disease in that country, it's bad. We need a clean society, we need fresh food, good information, and also we need to stop this global project of displacement of people. You know, it's enough of this situation where we cause wars and then people have to escape that. Europe is being overwhelmed by this, and all kinds of diseases can come with it. Instability, and also instability in the minds of Europeans, which we can see now in the far right movement. It's not a good evolution. It's I mean, development for the future. But you know, that's that. Take care and all the best.